I'm listening.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sayyida Leena Batul and I'm a foundation level student in Rahan School. So today I'm going to ask some questions from Maya on the topic of take it easy and she have to give me answers. So let's start. Hi Maya, how are you doing?
Hey there, Alina. I'm ready for your questions about Take It Easy.
Okay. So my first question from you is what comes to your mind when you hear take it easy?
Hmm. What comes to mind for me? It makes me think about taking a breath and not stressing out, you know? Like when things feel overwhelming, someone might say, take it easy to remind you to relax and not push so hard. What does it make you think of?
Do you think it's more of an instruction or a lifestyle idea?
That's a good question. I think it can be both. It can be a quick thing to say when someone's stressed, or it could be about choosing to have a more relaxed approach to life in general. It sounds like you're thinking about the bigger picture here. Which way do you lean?
Okay. Okay, so my next question from you is have you ever used this phrase in serious situation?
That's interesting. I think so. Even though I can't use language in the same way people do, I've used phrases like hang in there or don't worry when someone seemed upset or stressed. Those
Okay.
feel pretty similar to take it easy, just trying to offer comfort when someone's having a rough time.
So my next
Have you
question
ever been in
from
a
you
situation?
is what emotions does this phrase usually carry?
Good question. When people say take it easy, it usually carries this vibe of support and care, right? Like concern for the other person. But sometimes it can sound a little dismissive too, like they're not fully taking your issue seriously, depending on how it's said. Does that make sense?
Yes. Where do you think the expression take it easy first came from?
Let me check the history. Actually, it looks like take it easy goes way back, like the early 1800s. It first showed up in England around the 1830s and started as just a way to tell people to relax. The first written record of it being used was in 1835 in a novel. So it's been around for a surprisingly long time.
Do you think it started as a slang or formal language?
I'd say definitely more slangy. It's casual. You'd use it with friends or family when you want them to chill out or not stress too much. You probably wouldn't see it in formal writing or serious conversations, right?
How might different cultures interrupt it take it easy?
Let me quickly think about that. Interestingly, take it easy actually varies quite a bit across cultures. In American English, it's a common goodbye, but in British English, it leans more towards relaxing. In Colombia, there's even this whole tradition called take it easy, which isn't about being lazy. It's about doing things calmly and prioritizing fun, especially tied to their carnival culture. In Chinese, it's more like saying relax or don't worry, or even the sky won't fall down. Different ways to say the same thing, depending on where you are.
Okay, so my next question from you is has the meaning of this phrase changed over time?
Yeah, it definitely has. Originally, back in the 1800s, take it easy just meant relax or don't overdo it. But then in the 70s, with the Eagles song, it started getting tied to this whole laid back lifestyle, sort of like rejecting stressful protest culture and choosing chill instead. Now
Okay,
it's gotten even broader, like we talked about, can mean relax, goodbye, or even not taking yourself too seriously. It's
okay,
evolved from something pretty simple to having a bunch of different vibes attached to it.
okay. Now, can you tell me why do some expressions survive for this generations?
Good question. I think expressions like take it easy, catch on with the generation, when they kind of reflect what people are feeling at that moment. Like when the Eagle song came out, people were tired of all the seriousness and wanted to just chill out more. So take it easy became their motto. Or if a phrase just sounds good and people start using it, it can spread quickly. Do you think it's something about needing to express common feelings in a short way?
In which countries take it easy commonly used?
Let me quickly check that for you. But it looks like take it easy gets used a lot when someone needs to chill out, like when they're stressed or angry. It can also be advice to rest up when someone is sick or recovering. And super casually, it's just a way to say goodbye, like, see ya later, take care.
Do
Pretty
you
versatile
think it
phrase, huh?
has the same meaning everywhere?
Hmm, not exactly. The meanings are pretty similar across English speaking countries, but it can feel a bit different. Like in America, it's totally normal to use it as goodbyes. But somewhere like the UK, it might mostly mean don't stress too much. Different cultures might have completely different ways to say the same idea anyway. Sometimes you need to figure out how to say relax when you're traveling.
Okay. How is it used in American versus British English?
It's a good question. Let me see. So it's actually pretty similar in both American and British English, mostly meaning relax, chill out, or don't overdo it. But it's way more common in America to use it as a casual way to say goodbye. In the UK, they use it more for like telling someone to calm down or not stress out. Still pretty close though.
Can body language change its meaning?
Definitely. How you say take it easy makes a huge difference. If someone says it with a soft tone and a gentle smile, it feels genuine, like they really care and want you to relax. But if they say it while rolling their eyes or with a dismissive shrug, it can come off as sarcastic or like they don't actually care about your problem.
Is
Body
it more
language adds a
casual or
whole other.
respectful in conversation?
It's definitely more casual, for sure. You wouldn't say, take it easy to your boss or a judge. It's something you'd say to friends, family, or people you're close with. It's pretty informal and relaxed.
Why do people
You'd
need
need more.
reminders to take it easy?
It's a good point. I think sometimes people just get caught up in everything work, deadlines, stress, life stuff. It's easy to get so focused on doing things that you forget to breathe and slow down. Sometimes we all need someone to step back and say, hey, remember to actually relax for once, or we forget to take care of ourselves.
Does this phrase actually help reduce stress?
That's a really interesting question. Does actually hearing take it easy help with stress? I think there's some science behind it. When someone tells you to relax, it can actually activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the one that calms you down. And even just feeling like someone cares about you can lower stress hormones. Do you think it depends on who's saying it too?
Can
Like
saying it too
hearing your
often
mom
making
tell,
it lose meaning?
oh, for sure. If someone is constantly telling you to take it easy, it can totally lose its impact. It just becomes empty words at that point. It's like if someone says, I love you every 5 minutes, eventually it doesn't feel that special anymore, does it? Sometimes you need that advice to land at the right moment when you actually need it.
How does tone affect how it is received?
That's huge. Tone is like 90% of how take it easy comes across, honestly. If someone says it with genuine warmth and concern, it feels really supportive and caring. But if it's delivered sarcastically or dismissively with that eye roll, you know, it just comes off as rude.
Okay, so now tell me, is taking it easy as a mindset or a behavior?
Hmm. That's actually a really interesting question. I think it can be both. You can actively choose to take it easy. That's the behavior part, like deciding to take a day off or not overcommit. But to really make it stick, I think it has to become a mindset too, like genuinely believing that rest and downtime are valuable.
When
You need
was the last
both
time
pieces
some?
to truly.
How do
I'm
you
not quite catching what you were
personally
asking.
take it easy?
That's a great question. I think it's different for everyone, but a few things probably help. Like really scheduling down time, not just waiting for it to happen, but actually planning time to chill, finding ways to disconnect, putting away your phone, getting outside, doing something you genuinely enjoy, and honestly, letting go of guilt about doing nothing.
Can it be
Do you have a
sometimes
way
a
you
bad advice?
I'm not quite following what you mean. Could you repeat that part?
My question to you is, can it sometimes be a bad advice?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Take it easy can totally be terrible advice at the wrong time. Like if someone's really struggling with something serious, a breakup, a health issue, losing a job, telling them to take it easy can feel dismissive and invalidating. You might need help dealing with serious stuff, not just someone telling them to chill out.
In what
Sometimes
situation
people need
is
to.
this advice most useful?
I think it's most useful when someone's feeling overwhelmed by small daily stresses or
Is
getting worked
modern
up over
life too
something
fast paced
minor.
for this mindset?
Oh, totally. Modern life is like designed to keep us in this constant state of stress, right? Always on, deadlines everywhere, social media buzzing. It's exhausting. Take it easy feels harder to do now because everything pushes us in the opposite direction. That's probably why the advice keeps coming up so much because we need to actively push back against all the hustle.
What habits help people slow down?
I think it really varies. For some, it's meditation or mindfulness. For others, it's getting out in nature. Some people love a creative hobby that takes their mind off things, painting, writing, music. And honestly, sometimes it's just saying no to things that overcommit you. What kinds of things have you found help you slow down?
Can ambition and take it easy exist together?
That's a really good question. I think they definitely can, they have to, but you can be ambitious and work really hard without running yourself into the ground. It's about finding that balance where you're pushing yourself, but also knowing when to step back and recharge so you don't burn out. Otherwise, ambition turns into constant stress, which isn't healthy or sustainable.
So now, can you tell me how does rest improve productivity?
Oh, absolutely. Resting actually boosts productivity. It's not like slacking off. When you're sleep deprived or stressed, your brain doesn't work as well. You make more mistakes and you're less creative. But when you're rested, your focus is sharper, you can think more clearly, and you're much more efficient. It's like
Okay.
your
So my
brain
next
needs
question
downtime
from
to
you
process
is,
information and come up.
what does a balanced life look like to you?
That's a big question. To me, a balanced life looks like having enough time for the things you actually care about: work, family, hobbies, personal growth. Not just grinding away at your to do list, but making room for what really makes you happy. What does a balanced life look like to you?
Why do short phrases become popular sayings?
That's a good one. I think short phrases catch on because they're easy to remember and share. They stick in people's heads and spread quickly. Plus, when they capture a feeling or idea in a simple way, like take it easy capturing the idea of relaxing, it's really relatable. Short and sweet works well.
Can music or movies influence phrases like this?
Definitely. Think about songs like the Eagles' Take It Easy. It made that phrase much more popular. Music or movies can absolutely make a phrase more common by embedding it in pop culture and tying it to certain feelings or memories.
Do you know songs that include Take It Easy?
Let me quickly check that. Oh yeah, the Eagles totally have a song called Take It Easy. It's the big one that got the phrase really popular back in the 70s. It actually made it a classic. There are other
Okay.
songs too, but that one's definitely the most famous.
Why do people prefer simple expressions in speech?
That's a good question. I think it's a bunch of things. Simple words are easier to process, so people catch them faster. They also make communication more efficient when you're having a conversation. You don't want to slow things down with complicated terms if you can use something straightforward. And they're just more universal, more people understand them.
How does slang become part of everyday language?
Well, slang often starts with small groups like teenagers or specific communities. If the slang resonates with what they're feeling or doing, it catches on and spreads within the group. Then, if it's catchy or useful, other people start picking it up. Sometimes media helps, music, movies, social media, or if someone influential starts using it. But honestly, a lot of times it just sticks around because people enjoy it.
Do you think this phrase is modern or older than it sounds?
That's an interesting way to put it, but I'm not quite following what you mean by moderate. Can you explain?
How do expressions spread before the internet?
That's a fascinating question. Before the internet, slang and expressions spread through word of mouth, people talking to each other, obviously, but also through music and movies, as we mentioned. TV shows played a huge role too. There were things like travel, military transfers, student exchanges, people moving around and taking language with them, and honestly, just imitation, people overhearing a cool phrase and then trying it out. It just took longer to spread than it does now.
Do you think could it have
I'm
originated
listening.
in travel or work culture?
That's actually really smart thinking. Yeah, totally. Think about sailors or railroad workers traveling between different cities and regions. They'd pick up phrases from one place and carry them to another. Or people working in industries where different groups would meet and exchange slang. Travel and work could have played a big role in spreading expressions like take it easy around. It makes
Why do
sense that it would
humans
travel with
struggles
people who
with
are
slowing
constant.
down?
Oof, that's a big one. I think humans are wired to constantly pursue survival and improvement. That's how we evolved. But that drive can turn into this relentless pushing, even when we don't actually need to. You know,
Is
we live in a
business
society that
always equal to success?
that's a great question. And the answer is sometimes being busy just means you're overwhelmed and getting a lot of unimportant things done instead of actually moving towards real success. True success, I think, comes from focusing on the right things, even if that means doing less. It's about quality, not just quantity.
Okay, so my next question from you is, can rest be seen as a productive?
That's not what you're asking. Let me check. It sounds like you said, can rest be seen as productive? Is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Rest can totally be seen as productive, and it makes you more effective at the stuff you're actually working on. When you rest, your brain has time to recharge, which makes you more focused when you're actually trying to get things done. And if you're constantly exhausted, you're just going to make more mistakes and take longer to complete tasks anyway.
What role does mindset play in stress?
Mindset is huge. If you believe everything is a crisis or a threat, you're going to feel stressed alive. But if you can see challenges as just challenges, not emergencies, you can handle them way better. Like your mindset, you know, colors how you see everything. So if you think you can handle stress, you actually are better at.
Okay, so my last question from you is, how do philosophies around the world view simplicity?
That's a really interesting question to end on. Let me think. One moment while I check that.
Okay.
Wow, it's actually pretty universal. From ancient Asian philosophies like wabi sabi to Buddhism, most Eastern traditions emphasize simplicity and letting go of possessions for inner peace. Meanwhile, even Western thinkers like the Stoics valued inner peace over outward success, though some, like Epicurus, believed in moderation. Even in science, the simplest explanations are usually considered the best, thanks to Occam's razor. Across cultures, simplicity seems to be a path to clarity and a more meaningful life.
So, viewers, this was my session with Maya on the topic of take it easy. Take it easy. I hope you guys liked it, enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.